So this is the State of California DCA, Department of Consumer Affairs. This is a website that you go to check the status of any one of your social workers, because in the state of California, they have to be, by law, they are supposed to be licensed. Yes, you heard that right. They have to be licensed. They have to be legitimately licensed, just like how a doctor is, has a license to practice medicine. Well, lo and behold, so does a social worker. And technically, an actual social worker is technically called a a licensed clinical social worker. So this is part 2 to the part 1 that I just did, referring to the DCA, Department of Consumer Affairs website, ca.gov. So this is actually for, I'm in California, so this would be for anybody who's actually in California, but I do believe they have a link to any of the 50 states that you may reside in. But I'm speaking on behalf of my state, which is California. So, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I am aware, as far as I know, by law, and in the policy, their regulations for the Board of Behavioral Sciences, because that's who is in charge of like their actual licensing. So this is part 3 to the part 1 and then part 2. So where were we? Okay, so once again, this is in regards to the DCA, the Department of Consumer Affairs, .ca.gov, and this is for the state of California, and this coincides with the Board of Behavioral Sciences, who is in charge of the licenses for every single clinical social worker in the state of California. So this is going to be speaking on my prior social worker, who is a nuisance in my life, but anywho, his name is Jerry Romero, actually Jerry Daniel Romero Jr. He's a 28-year-old young rookie social worker who, hold on, stand by. So this will be part 4, so I'm going to try to make this as fast as possible. So let me just get right to it. So when I go to the website on the Department of Consumer Affairs, it says licensing details for, and then it has his license number, 79647. Name, Romero, it starts with his last name first, Romero Jerry Daniel. License type, associate clinical social worker. And then it has primary status, renewal pending, renewal fees may have been paid, however, the licensee has not complied with all the renewal requirements, or the renewal may be delayed pending verification, completion of name or address changes. So here's part 5 to part 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so where we left off. So I just finished explaining the primary status, which is the status of his license, which is expired. So it has like this little option where, let me see here, you can click on, it's like a question mark, I'm gonna click on it. Renewal fees or compliance with the continuing education requirement, if applicable, are past due, or the licensee registrant has chosen not to renew. And then it says, note, the license registration is expired and no practice is permitted while the license is delinquent or expired, period. And standby. I don't know if New York has the same website, but obviously you can see it says California, but in California it I don't know if it's a law or what the heck it is. I'm gonna have to look that up. What the actual definition of what it would be. But obviously, I would think it would have to be with something legal, you know. So, but I guess like I'm thinking like the privacy, you know, like the public, you know, like what's it called? I can't think. I'm sorry. I'm just like trying to cook right now and stuff. I believe it has to do with the like your right, like, or the public's right to information. So I don't know. I would have to look that up, or I don't know if you know if your state has that, or you could just Google it. I don't know.